Alright guys, welcome back to the ALGS channel. Hope you guys are all doing well and having a great day so far. Sorry for the lack of uploads. To be quite honest with you, there hasn't really been that much going on in the ALGS scene during this time, and so I've decided to not force myself to upload every day, and especially if it's going to be lower quality content, but wait for when there's stuff to talk about, and that's when it'll probably be better to make a video. So that's what I'm decided to do, and that's where we are today. Plenty to dive into and plenty to discuss. Nickmercs calling out Albralelie here in the Pro League situation. I thought this one was rather funny and definitely going to build up some animosity and maybe even some rivalries in the North American Pro Leagues, which is starting very, very soon as well. TSM constantly trying to break the meta, even something today, a meta that I've not really seen in this game, but apparently two legends in specifically that most definitely should not have been in the meta, they found a way to break them apart, and it's unbelievable. Also, I'm Madness calling out EA to really step up their game as we're seeing massive amount of organizations leave the ALGS scene. All that and much more in today's video. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys want to stay up to date all things Apex Legends esports related. Without further ado, let's jump right into the video. First off, just want to make mention of this. Mercy only, you guys know he's a part of Elevate or E8. He was with Presley and I think Golden as well. And this guy, you know, he's honestly had some amazing performances even at the LAN for the World Championship last year. They had a win in there. I think they actually won one of the games, so it was pretty interesting to see. That team obviously split up, and now we even know Mercy left that team to begin with, or I think he was removed from that team, and then it was just Presley and Golden, and then they actually split up as well. And so E8 is like simply no longer together at all. Well, Mercy is now teaming with Crummy, and we know that they are also looking for one as well. It's going to be interesting to see who their third could be, because these guys have honestly been switching a lot of rosters as of late. But considering I've also played with Mercy in the past, I know this guy is good, and it's always going to be an interesting team to look out for nonetheless. Wanted to make mention of this. Fallout, you guys know the ALGS caster is also giving some of these rumors a little bit more light to shine in all of this. Rumor Snipedown, who admitted on stream last week that he was so focused on Halo he did not do enough research on the top ALGS talent back in October, may be joining rising star talent Phony and Luda as a part of ESA for the new FaZe Clan roster. So not only is it just like rumors, but you've also got the ALGS caster confirming that this is the word on the street. Phony is one of the most underrated IGLs in the game, and this would be a pretty interesting pickup for sure. What's also crazy is the word that he used here, saying that because Snipedown was so focused on Halo, it kind of feels like we're throwing shade at Albralelie and Slurp here, saying that maybe they weren't the top ALGS talent back in October, and that may be a fair thing to say. Also wanted to mention though, I don't really know if Snipedown was the best of the best back in October that we should have looked at as well. I think at the end of the day, he was always going to be picked up by a big org because he's a big name, but I don't even know if it's all Mac and Slurp's fault as well. Definitely a lot to uncover there. We'll see if this roster improves with Phony and Luda. I think on paper it most definitely should. These guys also played pretty well at the Split 1 playoffs in London. We'll see if all of that goes down as we all expected it to. In Apex also, he says, dating back to his breakout performance at ALGS NA North American Championship of 2021, My Little Phonies alongside Fury and Rambo. You guys may remember back then, My Little Phonies were actually running, I believe, the Revtane meta, which is pretty interesting to see because that's when it was like really broken back then as well. So I think on paper, these guys will definitely get good. FaZe should probably qualify for the next LAN, I would assume, but if they don't, then Snipedown's definitely going to be in a difficult situation. And especially with the moving forward of ALGS, it may not look good for FaZe. We've already seen a lot of teams like just completely exit out of the Apex scene, saying that the investment is just not worth it. And if FaZe doesn't qualify for the LAN event, they may also say, look, this roster is not working. We've tried it twice, and we don't even think Apex is working. That's when Uriel also said Apex is just such a bad game. The comp scene is definitely one of the worst of it. Pro players are not getting paid enough for ALGS. The orgs are not getting a good enough return really at all from Apex, and the tier 2 gate that is held by the dynamic algorithm of Apex obviously not good as well. And Madness also said even more org management, calling out EA and Respawn's greed as more of the orgs announced their departure from Apex Legends. And it really has been so true over the last couple of weeks and months of this game. Like I said in the past, we've seen Cloud9, G2, Liquid, SSG, I think maybe even more, that have left the Apex scene and have not returned. This was also coming from another org management team saying we are losing orgs slowly over time. No skins, no rev share, no org support, lack of events, small payouts for the limited events that we do have. We need to come together and do something to make EA listen and change, or this game will slowly fail and we'll lose so many orgs. I honestly am pretty happy as more orgs leave at this point, because I think we're finally getting to the point of reconciliation, maybe of like maybe we can actually realize that EA will see this and say, look, this is not so good. We're losing all of our biggest orgs. If TSM could step on the toes of EA and say, look, we're not happy, we might leave, I think they know this will be pretty hot stuff, and they're going to most definitely need to work on that. Also, NRG could be in that mix. FaZe might even be another one. Optic Gaming. If we lost all of these rosters and these orgs really made it clear that they were done with this game and they were sick of this, maybe EA would actually step up to the plate and do something that actually helps the people instead of pocketing all of this money over time. Now, speaking of all of these FaZe rosters and FaZe updates and having these new rosters form, Albralelie basically, Snipedown saying that maybe he wasn't searching for the best talent back in October. Maybe Albralelie wasn't the best talent that he should have gone for. This is actually not only, I guess a little bit of shade at them from Snipedown, but Nickmercs and the Tripods basically also had a rant on stream as to why Albralelie and Lou don't even deserve a spot in the Pro League. Despite their big name, they're also taking some flack from Nickmercs, who did qualify, I would give it to him, but also has been under a lot of fire lately for playing so much Warzone. So this is what Nickmercs and the Tripods, obviously D's and Gent, talking about Albralelie and Lou, saying they do not deserve this league spot, even though they just formed their brand new roster together, which is going to be Albralelie, Lou, and Stay Naughty. Roll the clip.
Oh yeah, the classic. I forgot about that. Yeah, I kind of feel like Albralelie and those guys, like they've been in this for so long, hanging that I'm surprised everybody's so upset that they got like the old invite. You know what I mean? Makes sense? No, I know why. I know why they're upset. I'm just saying, like, all three of the players on the team are like OG, veteran, fucking players.
I mean, I don't know if they've been slinging cock. I mean, Lou just got relegated.
No, but didn't Alb and Lou, didn't they used to be on like two of the better teams in the game, like back in the day? Like, I'm just saying, like, they have history. Like, yeah, I'm just saying, like that's.
No, I'm not saying they're not deserving of like being.
Okay, so if you made the decision, you would make them go through Challenger again?
Yeah, I think they have to go through challenges again.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I think more people are upset.
What do you think, Jay?
I mean,
would you make them go through?
Well, I mean, they're not. Yeah, definitely. But they're not guaranteed to play good just because of the roster.
No, yeah, of course not. No, I don't think anybody thinks that. Oh, well, I would say that the majority of people probably think that team's going to fail.
Yeah.
No offense.
I think the Zach team is more likely to fail.
Well, who?
Zach seems more likely to fail.
Yeah, no, but I mean, a lot of these weird teams that have formed are in a weird spot. Yeah, for sure. So so that's why then. That's why they don't deserve a pro league spot then, I guess, is what people would say.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. If you think they're going to fail, then why do they need to be in the pro league?
What's that they're not going to fail? It's just that they didn't take the right route to get there, you know what I mean?
So to be quite honest with you, I can't even really say that I disagree. I think the last time I made a video about this regarding Albralelie and Lou and their brand new roster with Stay Naughty, most people in the comments really seem to say that they think this team is going to fail as well. And they don't think this team is going to make really any kind of waves in this pro league. And most people think that they're going to be on the struggle bus pretty heavily. Now, I actually agree that when you have a new roster form like this, I think they should go through all of the challenger stuff again, but we know that they didn't really just get to be able to come back because of their name. They also, I think from what I heard, the way that I've heard it explained to me is that basically they kind of got through on a technicality. From what I'm understanding, it looks like that Rocker is actually keeping a pro league spot and he's on their substitute bench, which allows them to get qualified because Stay Naughty and Rocker had 2 spots, and because you have 2 of those spots, you're able to come back in a new spot. But one reason I really do like when stuff like this happens is, yes, it kind of is sad because most people do think Albralelie's new team is not going to be that great, but it also kind of puts that fire under them, and you get to watch an underdog try to prove themselves. And that's one of my favorite things to watch in esports, is for people to be doubted and try to overcome those doubts. Now, will they do it? Not sure, but it definitely is something that I'm on the lookout for as we approach the new pro league coming up very soon, might I add. Very, like, in the next couple of weeks we're going to be starting these, so make sure to stay tuned and we will have those live updates here as well. Now, speaking of the pro league, we know TSM is going to always be in there. What the heck are they going to be running? What legend meta? God only knows. They are changing it around every day. They're always finding something new to break with the legend meta. We thought Seer and Bloodhound were nerfed to the ground. We've been talking about this the last couple of days, but it looks like the most unusual form of legend composition of all seems to be practical and viable. That is in TSM Imperial House, showing why Seer and Catalyst is just unfair And they're doing this, by the way, in the ALGS scrims. It's unbelievable to see two of the most legends that were probably like not expected to be at this high of a level of play. When you pair them together, they were actually supposed to be countering each other, but now it looks like there's a way to play them together that helps each other. It's unbelievable. Take a look at this clip.
I can swing the left side.
I'm making a wall. I'm making a wall.
90 on one.
I'm making a wall.
90 on one.
Cracked almost.
90 on one.
Back is cracked almost. Behind us.
Kill the guy behind us.
Second. Canceling right out. Canceling them.
Watching cracks.
I shit on them inside, by the way. I shit on them inside.
Cracks.
We should swing this. I think.
Watching cracks. Watching one, they're hitting me. Not dead, hold on.
Other team, I've seen.
Not dead.
Other team, I've seen.
Swap. They arced us.
They res underneath. Can we jump down?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Nice.
Swap.
Can you steer out this corner?
Yeah.
I'm locking up.
They're not a bonus right now. I'm rolling grenades on them. Onto them.
Lock it up.
One shot, one. One shot, bang. Two dead. All dead, I'm batting.
We're chill. Throw your nades up if you can.
Side we go.
Queue up now. Go left together. Go left here. Go left together. Go left here.
I don't have Q. 15 seconds. I won't have it.
I'm safe here from Mingo.
Safe too.
Swing out right.
Swing out right. I got one. All dead, nice. Good shot.
So it's becoming crazy that the two legends that were nerfed pretty heavily, that we were all thinking are nerfed to the ground and no longer going to be used, Horizon and Seer, are still being used in ALGS scrims, and TSM are winning games with this composition. And also Catalyst, supposed to be the counter to Seer, they actually work very well together because you can have the scans behind the wall. The other team has no idea where you are, but you know exactly where they are, and they can't even see you or shoot you. It's unbelievable at how this stuff is honestly turning out to be more broken than last season's, in my personal opinion. What I will say though, despite all of this, there's now more viable compositions. There's not one specific meta you pretty much have to run in order to be relevant. You can run all sorts of different things. You're just going to have to really know how to play it. And I think that one thing with this TSM new legend composition, it's not something that the average Joe can just start running and expect to see success. You're going to be really awkward. You're going to have a lot of issues running this composition, but if you know what you're doing, it can turn out to be very, very beneficial. And I think that's the way it should be. You should have some high risk, high reward type of compositions. And that's exactly what we have. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below about all the topics in today's video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you guys want to stay up to date all things Apex Legends esports related. Until the next time, I'll see you later, Gators.